stitching time saves 9 is a very famous proverb in English language. It means that if you sort out a smaller problem immediately, you may save a lot of extra work later. There are a lot of time-related expressions in English language like this. Hello everyone, this is me Vandana Manoj. Welcome to Enjoy Learning English. In today's session, I'm going to tell you about some time-related idiomatic expressions. So without much delay, shall we check what are those time expressions? I'll start with this expression, whale of a time. Whale of a time means if you're having a great time and if you do something really fun, that is known as whale of a time. In sentence, you can say like, during our field trip, we had whale of time. That means you really had fun. Okay. So next one, this one. It is in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye means if something happened very quickly, that is known as in a blink of an eye. You can say in sentence like, in a blink of an eye, he went to the class. That means very fast he entered the class. Next expression is beat the clock. Beat the clock means if you perform or complete a task immediately, very quickly before the deadline or before the time's up. That is known as beat the clock. For example, you can say like, John beat the clock and submitted his paper even if he came late. Moving on, next one is behind the times. Behind the times means very old-fashioned. For instance, we can say like, BlackBerry phones were very popular, but nowadays they are behind the times. That means very old-fashioned. Next one is time flies. It will be very familiar with you, right? That means time moves very quickly. For instance, we can say like, I can't even believe that my kid is going to graduate. Surely time flies. Next one is big time. Big time means if you do something a great extent, it is known as big time. For example, Charles is into skiing a big time. That means he spends a lot of time in doing what? Skiing. Next one is very familiar one. Time is money. What do you mean by time is money? You can you can understand it from a sentence like this. Time is, I can't spend a lot of time here. Time is money, you know. That means time is very precious. Next one is around the clock. Around the clock means all time. For instance, we can say like, this restaurant is open around the clock. That means this restaurant will be working all the time. Next one is call time. It means to end something. For instance, we can say like, the boxer, the famous boxer is ready to call time his long time career. Okay, so he is going to end his long time career. Next one is in the nick of time. There is a famous English thriller movie in this title, In the Nick of Time. It means at the very last possible moment. At the last possible moment. It is known as In the Nick of Time. I watched this movie in 1990s. So it was a very thriller English movie. If you get time, please watch it and this expression will be with you forever. In the nick of time. For example, we can say like, he reached for the program in the nick of time. That means very last moment he came there. There is also another expression like this. It is at the 11th hour. That means very last moment. That is known as at the 11th hour. He reached for the program at the 11th hour. What about this one? It's high time. It's high time means it's the correct time to do something, or even we can say like, we passed the appropriate time to do something. That is known as high time. We can say like, it's high time we got our pay rise. That means we actually passed the appropriate time to get our pay rise. Next one is this one. The ship has sailed. It means that if you missed a great opportunity or if you lost an opportunity to do something, that is known as the ship has sailed. For instance, we can say like, I really wanted to marry her, but the ship has sailed. She got married last month. Okay, that means you missed to marry her. Next one is my favorite. There is a very famous saying in English like, better late than never. That means if you do something late, you don't need to feel bad, because if you have already started it, right? And it is actually better than doing nothing. Next one is also very famous one, to be born yesterday. For example, I'll tell you, do you think I'm born yesterday? It means that I'm not an idiot, I'm not a stupid. So I'm not born yesterday. That means I'm not an idiot or stupid, and I don't trust you or believe you. Now comes the last one, time ripens. Time ripens means when the suitable time arrives. That is known as time ripens. I can say like, I got very less marks in science paper, so when time ripens only, I'll show it to my parents. That means when a suitable time comes only, I will show it to my parents. So that's it, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this mini session with time expressions, especially idiomatic expressions. Please make use of it. It's gems, okay? So please make use of it in your speech or in your writing. So before winding up, I want to know which all expressions you like very much. Please put it in the comment box and I'll be waiting for it. And next time I'll be coming with another interesting video. Until then, it's bye from Vandana.